That is a stack of Tiger Stripe kit bags. We have never made those until today. Here are some day pack side pouches, Tiger Stripe, also Highlander. Pistol mag cards, tool roll-ups. Those are the 3-cell tool roll-ups. Typhon Toxic. Here are 2-point bungee slings right here. Black grocery bags. We made a lot of belts. They are already boxed up and put into boxes to ship tomorrow morning. These are almost all belts right here. Many of these orders also have belts in them, but these are all belt orders. Almost every one of these has a belt in it. So those will all ship tomorrow morning. Do not comment on here, "I hope my belt is there," unless you're putting an order number. It is absolutely baffling when guys leave a comment, "I hope my order comes soon." We don't know who you are because you chose to name yourself Dildo22 on YouTube. Mr. Poopy Pants. Like, leave us a fucking order number somewhere we can look you up. More slings right here going. These are more day pack side pouches. Looks like we're doing black fupas, multicam black fupas, OD modular spent magazine pouches are started pre-sew. Looks like we have more brown man zippered knife pouches, and these are leg straps probably for those spent mags. We picked the winner for the XL tool bags today. You can find that under live, and we called both of those winners. So let's see here. Hello, we'll start from the top. Zach, Brandon, Webdad, what's up? O2 Williams, Seaside, what's up? Toy Town, Jake with the bulldozer right there. What's going on? That's a killdozer, isn't it? Mycon, what's up? B Jones, what's going on? Kajanone, Jason, what's going on? Kiri, Vega, what's up? Bob's, DFW, Zio, hello. My belt is there somewhere. Just give me, what's your order number, bud? Chuck, what's up? The Saxon of Riverstone, very organized. Oh, you just saw the couple pieces I showed you. I don't want to know. I like being surprised. Well, I mean, throw me an order number. If it's a belt, we can push that through. R&R Farms, what's up? Michael Hernandez. How did the podcast? Good podcast. 2-hour podcast, probably. 2-hour Q&A also. We recorded for a long time. We had a friend of ours out of San Diego who's there. He is now the XO of a base. I think he's the XO of a training ground. It's pretty cool. He's got a real cool deal. He was the 19th dude. He deployed with 3rd Group. Like, he's done a fucking ton of shit. War College. 20-something SOE belts. Nice. That's fucking wild. I got order 23. Look up 236660. He's always been tall. I remember he used to sit at my desk in Oceanside and work at the shop. 236680. Used one of the freebie boot bags, Killdozer.
Like,
what is the order?
a gray black visor, an EDC belt, and a Tiger Stripe Labor Day bag.
Print that out for me. I'll take a look at it. Hopefully that visor's in a box already. Yeah, that's the guy that got the 10-meter rib that we had possession of for a little bit. Promo order through. I thought it's a promo order, so I don't. Yeah, all my orders have promo. Yep. Hamster, what's up? All right, guys, I've been going since 4 this morning. I was outside at 4, already starting to work. So you guys are going to carry this if we're going to do this video. So comment away. What do we want to talk about? Go ahead and print out 23. Did you just fucking lose your breath?
Nope, 23.
233
Uh-huh.
842.
842.
I watched the video from today. The emus. Yeah, the emus are fucking wild, man. I filmed them quite a bit today. The fog was wild. There was definitely fog. However, from the comments on the local Facebook groups, you'd think motherfuckers had never seen fog. Wait till next week when we get some snow. It'll be the same shit. I said JP5, but it'll run on diesel if need be, but not at full, because those are turbine jet engines, right? Or jet engine. I notice all the loudmouths in Minnesota have quieted down. Look, I watched the video. Did he have to shoot that chick? No. I mean, we don't know what led up to that. We only see the pieces, how they cut the video. That officer, yes, they said stop. Yes, he got in front of her, right? He was not in front. She did not run up to him. He came across. She did not bump him, knock him down, anything. He did kill her. What led up to that? What the situation was? I have no idea. Did he have to kill her? From what I saw, no. Should they have been? I think they should have been killing people all along. Like this shit, we would never be at the situation where these motherfuckers show up and do this shit. If there's a police operation like that happening, and they were doing Somalis, like that's who they were rolling up with, Somalis. Jet engine with jet ski type propulsion. Denmark president said she doesn't want to sell. We don't give a fuck what she said. And Trump said she doesn't make the call, we do. Yeah, who the fuck is she? I want the XL tool bag video. I watched the XL tool bag video. Wish my luck. I wouldn't have answered if I had won. We were still giving the thing to them. Both of them did answer, but we would have let them have. We would have waited for them to communicate in some manner. Zipper pull alignment and bar tacking zippers all day. Bless you in the industry, no joke. Yeah, we don't have. I've never had a bar. Well, I've had some bar tackers, but we don't bar tack anything. Experiment with fasting. No, I like eating too much, especially when I should not be. I think 16 hours is that magic window, though. If you're really going to do fasting, 16 hours is where it's at. And look at it like this is how I've heard it described, right? Every time you eat, all your organs have to work. When you fast, you are giving your organs a 16-hour rest at that 16-hour window. So it would almost be like one meal a day at that point, too. Local police chief and mayor were to blame for that. Should have been there. Yeah, and I also heard, and I don't know if it was this operation, but first thing I heard is that their routes and everything had been leaked. Those people knew the routes, they knew the holding facilities, they knew right where to be. Somebody told them that shit. For the same reason they didn't tell Congress that they were going to invade fucking Venezuela, because Congress is compromised. And somebody in Congress, even as soon as they knew, before the raid actually took place, they got busted notifying Venezuela that the raid was going to happen. Got my tool bag. Code shipping notification, super pump, nice. Colorado, great day for scrape, caulk, and paint outside. Yeah, it was nice here today. It was. We snatch sovereign countries' dictators. We don't need permission to buy stuff. Yeah. I mean, who's going to stop it if they want to do that? Don't we already have a base there? We had a really big base there at one point. Like, guys, if you're not aware of where they're talking Arctic Circle, Operation High Jump, Admiral Byrd, all that deal. that's part of that area right there. Dan Crenshaw, he seems to be the current scapegoat. Maybe. Shock Zone, what's up? Small order. How dare the country take your land? I am so pissed. Before we bought this property, the state had already paid the owner previously for that property. They had been talking about four-laning this road out here for the entire 20 plus years I've lived here. They had never done it. We knew that. Yes, we've lost that standoff. We've lost the concealment. But we didn't have any infrastructure up there, right? We used it as a part of the racetrack originally. Part of the motocross track was up there. We had planted a ton of trees up there at one point. See that scab on my arm? That's from the skid steer running this. I ran the skid steer fucking 80 hours in the last few days. When FUPA XL Tiger in contest, any plans on running? Yeah, I'm sure there is. That is something that you send me an email about with all the details and that conversation chain. Every congressman and woman needs to be fully independently. Yeah, they all need to be fucked. Some of them need to be put in prison. It was 70 in Atlanta today, pretty warm. Yeah, it was nice here. 54, West Virginia.
Bring back public hangings.
I mean, we should hang people. There should not be some long drawn out thing, especially fucking pedophiles and shit. Like, where are the January 6th? All those people that put all those fucking people in prison for January 6th. Where is that, right? Where's the voter fraud fucking imprisonment? Where is all that shit? I saw the hoarder across the road lost a lot of the land. Yeah, he did, but he knew going over there too. And he had the property next door, and the city bought it from him, and he's like, they just paid me so much money, I couldn't refuse to do it. The city wanted this property. It sat vacant so long. We bought it, and they didn't know what was happening. There was some grumblings about what they were going to do about us buying this property, but they knew that that fight was going to go so fucking public, and I don't know who would have been in charge of that, but they knew that shit wasn't happening. Did you see all the Chuck Schumer and Pelosi Democrats on the Capitol last night remembering January 6th? No, I did not see that. That would have been a great place to just fucking have some accidents. I love this weather short and hoodie while working it. Yeah. Easiest perspective changer. What would George Washington do? Yeah, George Washington went across the Delaware on Christmas. Wasn't that on Christmas when that happened? And murdered people. Woodland Hydro for bolt cutters. Mike on, that's right, wood chipper. Saw Tim. Hey, Toy Town. I have no idea who you are. Reply to your text message from tonight. Tell Amanda it's you. And the FUPA XL guy, we'll get that pushed through or find one here. that might be why there's one or some FUPA sitting in my work bay over there. Still struggling 300 yards. I need to learn wind and how to gauge it. Back to 62 green tip, 77 Black Hills did not help. Maybe it's your gun. Is there nice mountain bike trails in the area? No, there's not. Montgomery Bell has some. That's a park that actually has some downhill too. They're in Dixon, about 45 minutes from here. There are trails around. There's just not trails right here. There are places that you can go ride. Like I take my mountain bikes, just like I can even ride from here, but right over in the wildlife area here. Will be warmer tomorrow, but the rain will start for us in Camden. Yeah, they're saying a lot of rain, I guess, Friday, and they're saying up to 12 inches of snow, I heard. Civil War 2.0 will be here by 27. Nah, you're wrong. Where will it be? And I don't mean that to be shitty. It's not. So if you believe that, you've maxed out all your credit cards, you've stopped going to work, you've pulled your kids out of school, you are not filing your taxes at all, right? Because, I mean, if you're predicting that and you 100% believe that, I say you don't fucking believe it. Cool talking point. Tim Wall says he's not. Yeah, because he's going to jail. I don't believe he's going to jail either. What would GWD? What is GWD? I'm sure when you tell me, I'm gonna be like, oh no shit. Man, these comments are fucking slow. There must be something going on here.
Are you on live chat?
Yeah. Yeah, walls will never go down. None of them will. Because the Republicans don't do shit. The Democrats will do shit. And they never, like the Republicans never fucking do the same thing. Because it's all fucking scripted show. They're all the same. We need more than 2,000 agents they sent here to Minnesota. They need to send 10 times the amount. Just finished cooking for the day. The whole thing is probably to get Palantir integrated with the financial system so they can shut off your bank. Oh, I believe that. I don't have credit cards with cash, and yes, on ammo supplies, I believe it will start with an attempted actual takeover in D.C. by Democrat politics. Well, I mean, they did that. We saw that. Have you all ever played with black powder guns? No, I've never fucked with them. I don't know if any of my guys have. I've never seen any black powder guns here. That doesn't mean some of them don't have them. I've seen belt feds and fucking all kinds of, I've seen everything else cool. I mean, 50 Barretts and shit get shot here on the property pretty frequently, but I've not seen any black powder stuff. I'm about to give the sardine fast a shot. I've not even heard of that, man. I love sardines and kipper snacks and all that shit. No, I've never used any nicotine at all. Have you? Not because I'm opposed to it. I just haven't ever tried it. Oh, what would George Washington do? Yeah, I think we did a shirt with George Washington on there. Financial system is changing. Get crypto. Get educated. Buy the dips. I'm glad that all these new people have shown up who've never been here before. I've fucking told people every fucking day buy Bitcoin. I'll bet you that most of the folks on here can't show you any Bitcoin. Black powder's fun. Nothing like 10 minutes of fun and an hour and a half of cleaning. Do you use binding guides on? Yeah, for some stuff we do. For edge taping, yeah. More as just to, something to push the material in to run it, right? You can, I didn't even know that a binder existed for probably the first 10 years that I was sewing. I just sewed it by hand or creased it. Cans of smoked oysters. Yeah, I like smoked oysters too. No financial incentive to have a civil war, so it won't happen. People are too comfortable. There is nothing, as long as these motherfuckers have internet, there is not going to be a fucking civil war. They are too fucking pacified. They have heat. We feed motherfuckers that won't work. We allow men to live with no fucking calluses and scars on their hands. After like 14 years, I finally wore a hole in my SOE bag. My magnet fishing gear took its toll. Yeah, anything fucking heavy will. It's from setting it on the ground. The Alp nicotine pouches are pretty good, cheaper than Zen. Re-release the Appeal to Heaven. I love the Appeal to Heaven shirt. I love the Pine Tree shirt. When we did that shirt and I started figuring out how we were going to do the art and going back and forth with my guys, I tried to find an actual Appeal to Heaven flag, like a real one, and I could not find anything. I found some small stuff for sale, but I could not find anything. Everything we found was 3x5 and it was brand new. I could not find like any original anywhere for sale, like museum, nothing. They think Civil War is going to be bashing on. Well, I mean, they already think there's this. I think we're kind of in a civil war. I mean, if you look at like when they say the Civil War started versus, you know, the people, when the history books say Civil War started, they'd already been in the Civil War for several years. Out pouches, they last longer. Most pouches, I thought those were the ones that you couldn't get. Aren't the out pouches? Isn't that the one that Tucker Carlson is involved in or something? Most people alive today have never been punched in the face. No, they have not. I mean, come on, they'll shut your social media off for just saying mean things to a motherfucker. People can come on my YouTube page and my Instagram and Facebook and say they're literally going to rape my children and kill my family. They say that shit. And I'm like, fuck off. And they like, YouTube's like, won't let me say fuck off. They'll let motherfuckers say that, but they censor my reply on my channel. You don't need moderators and guidelines on social media. All you need is a block button. If you don't want to see what I say, if you don't like what I'm saying, then block me. You'll never see any of my content. I don't go on other people's shit and leave comments. I post on my fucking channel. There's no question when I post who the fuck's posting. Alpus Tucker, that's what I, okay. I have tried the Ultra pouches, pretty good. Regular cop here in Minnesota are probably poly-fat penguins and Waddle Walk. I had a guy asking about his belt. He's got some classes coming up, and it is a police officer fucking 60-inch I cut yesterday for him. I tell people all the time that if someone wants to cripple the U.S., just shut down shut off. I mean, you have kids, when the power goes off and towers go down and shit in major cities, New York, kids commit suicide. When the fucking cell phone services, when the internet goes down on the smartphones for more than an hour or two, kids commit suicide. Alpa's made in India. Try Lone brand. They're the only of the. Anybody fucking with what's the blue stuff? Methylene blue. Thoughts on Tucker Carlson? I don't watch any of them. Like Tim Pool hasn't even been popping up in my fucking feeds as recommended. Like not at all. Childhood suicide skyrocketed during COVID. Yeah, of course it did. Yeah. 60, twice my, dude, we've built them 74. We're one of the few companies that does. You can actually order up to 60 on my website, but we will build them even larger. I actually looked into crypto after you mentioned it years ago. Thankfully you, sir. I actually Googled that on the way home tonight. Because one of the servers at the restaurant was talking about pension that the union's trying to get him to buy into. And I'm like, why don't you just do crypto? Like, why don't, and I was curious because I told all of them, I'm like, fucking buy Bitcoin, set up your Cash App, put fucking $5 a week into Bitcoin, $5, whatever, right? And I was just curious, right? Because most people got that $1,400 stimulus check. And it said if you had invested $1,400 stimulus into Bitcoin in March of 21, it would be worth approximately $22,000. You'd have 22 grand right now off $1,400. I tried meth blue gummies. I don't notice shit. But blue poop, I've not seen that. But I don't notice anything with the methylene blue. I notice stimulants. Tim Pool fell off. Did Tim Pool stop making content? Because like YouTube's not fucking promoting it or pushing it at all. Best friend swears by it, says it's awesome. What's that, Charles? Got Tiger Strike kit bag ordered. Yep, we've got a stack of them here. First time we've ever made them. And the inventory's locked. If you can order it, we got it. Any thoughts on the new ballroom I haven't heard anything about it. I know everybody was completely up in arms over it. I would suspect that it's, you know, underground bases and fucking maglev rail system and fucking protected servers and shit. Whatever it is, it's not for fucking hosting, you know, gas. The methylene blue, he takes the same stuff Joe Rogan talked. Yeah, I take one that's supposed to be U.S. made. I don't know the shit with it. But I mean, I take so much shit already. What are your thoughts on Tucker Carlson? I told you, I don't know. What's your thoughts on Tucker Carlson? I watch his stuff. I haven't watched much of it in the last 6 months. He did do a series on the 9/11 hijackers, and I watched the first interview that he did, or the first, you know, put together. It was supposed to be a series of 4, and I think that everybody should watch that. I think it's absolutely fucking amazing. Tucker Carlson speaks in a manner that it is easily to digest, and, you know, he's easy to listen to. I liked his interview that he did with Putin. I've liked him. Like, he just said what it seemed like other people wouldn't say. Blue poop. I don't have the blue poop thing, guys. Yeah, Bitcoin 90. It fluctuated between 90 and 92 today. Can't keep up with musket case orders. Who knew that would be in such demand? Well, that means because you're not charging enough. You're not charging enough of it. And I know, we tell guys that all the time. Like, if you're comfortable with the price, raise the price. If you are 100% at capacity, raise your price up. You're not gonna have less business. I do notice BPC 157 works. Yes, BPC 157. Take it with TB 500. Put KPV in there with it. Which creative you mean? Which creatine? I use creatine currently. I use Derek. I think his name's Derek. More plates, more dates. What's his? What's the name of his company? Somebody will put it up here. I've got it in the kitchen. I also use his pre-workout. As someone who is totally ignorant, can you cash out your Bitcoin if needed? Yeah, you can convert it straight into Cash App into cash and use it off your debit card. You can request a check. You can pay people with it. You could take any service, any company that sells precious metals will be more than happy to take your Bitcoin. You can also take your Bitcoin, you put an app on your phone, a Lightning Node app, and you can use it at a point of pay service as you would a debit card and just spend your Bitcoin. Foolish to do that. Don't ever spend the Bitcoin. Take a loan against the Bitcoin. You can actually use Bitcoin as collateral on real property as well. There's many banks that will use your Bitcoin as collateral for a loan. And usually when you pay your loan back, your loan payments are not taxable. Yeah, Dianabol exists. Yes. But Dianabol is, for the most part, that's an oral, right? So you're gonna have other issues because it has to filter through your blood. There is shit out there to take that's better than Dianabol. Yeah, there's Bitcoin. Yeah, there's Bitcoin ATMs. I use BPC 157 TB 500 GHKCU combo. Not familiar with the GHKCU. What is that? Anyone seen Nefarious? I have not. Is that a TV show, movie? What is that? Do you think gold investment is a good idea? I think you should have precious metals. When you have enough silver that you can't easily transport it, convert the silver into gold, right? Or if you're buying enough at the time, right? What are we paying for gold right now? What's gold at? 3,500, 4 grand? What's silver at, right? Silver's high. But how much? Like, most people asking this question when we have the conversation, they're like, okay, you've convinced me, I'm gonna buy gold. And they buy a gram, or they buy a 1/10 of an ounce, right? Or they buy a couple things of silver. If you're not buying, you know, a fucking monster box or better, it doesn't matter when you just buy it. Like, get it, have it. American Silver Eagles are the most known. At the rate that silver is at right now, when you go to sell it, though, you're not going to make that money on it right now. Nobody's paying spot on it. They're paying way below. People aren't even accepting silver a lot of places. People see this massive, like guys who bought silver forever ago, they're like, well, I have $100,000 in silver. I'll go ahead and sell half of it, right? People ain't buying it. You ain't getting that $80 an ounce. Minneapolis closing all public schools for tomorrow and Friday. Why? Because ICE is going to run in there and snatch up all those fucking illegal kids? That's what this is really about, right? They should fucking take all of those school board people and fucking go ahead and arrest them too. I bought silver Harley Davidson coins at Scrap Pride. That's awesome, dude. And that's the numismatic, right? You bought it because of the titties, or you bought it because of the Harley Davidson, or you bought it because of the AR-15. Man, more power to you. That's cool shit you can look through with your kids. That's stuff you can give, your grandkids at Christmas or whatever. Deport Tim Walz to Somalia. You should round up all of those fucking criminal motherfuckers. Round them up, all of them. And then let's start rounding up the fucking criminal Republican ones too. Aren't the kids in Minnesota in daycares? Yeah, where are the kids at? Nefarious killer move. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what that is. I think materials, metals are a time investment. I pose for the same reason, cheap on the front end and hold forever. Yeah, you're buying silver because you want to have silver, right? You're buying silver for a store of value. You're not buying it to then take it and sell it, right? You're not gonna make your money on it if you buy $1,000 in silver and you get hurting and you got to pay your rent with it. You're gonna lose money on that shit. On those it's a long-term thing. You'll never see a politician in handcuffs, and no you won't unless you put him in handcuffs, unless enough of you finally have had a fuck enough. And the process is the punishment, right? If you go in and you guys all get together and you go hang one of these fucking tyrants, you're going to be the first ones to do it. More people are going to do it to the point where they can't fucking stop it. But the first guys to do it are always the guys that it ruins their fucking life. The guys that test that shit and they get arrested on state charges, or they get tested on some state charges for gun shit, and then it goes through higher court, and but you've already spent all your money. You've been imprisoned. You've lost your fucking home. All this shit has happened to you, but you were right. You fought that fight. And it will change things for people in the future, but you're going to fucking shit away 10 years of your life to do it. I'm converting fist to food and mylar. Fist. I don't know what that means. I'm around Mennonite and Amish and can trade silver coins for food if I need. They're still on the gold standard. That's cool. That's cool. Silver and gold is like every other long-term. Yeah, you have it because you want to have it. Was it a lawful shooting in your opinion? I don't know enough about it, man. In the beginning of this video, I said, to me, when I watched it, that officer, they were trying to get her. He stepped in front of the vehicle. My belief from what I saw is to keep her from moving, and she moved forward. Did she bump him with the car? Sure. Did he need to kill her? I don't think he needed to kill her. Not from what I saw. She didn't knock him down. I don't think it was anything like that, right? On the other hand, when those people get in front of law enforcement, I say fucking run them the fuck over. They'll stop getting in front of law enforcement. So I don't know, man. What's good for one is good for the other. Yeah, I mean, he didn't need to shoot her. They had her. Did she present a weapon? Now, with that said, wasn't there a nice situation just a couple weeks ago or months ago where when the chick stopped the vehicle, that's when the shooting started, right? So maybe they could play that angle. This happened in this raid. This is what we thought was going to happen. She was there leading that. She wrong place, wrong time, man. He can't be charged by state. Can he? No, I'm sure that he is a multi-jurisdictional federal agent, right? So he is under a task force, so he cannot be charged. He has, what's that called? Not immunity. It's called Somebody will say what it is. Minnesota officials should do their citizens a favor and tell them to be peaceful. If I hit someone with a car, I'd be charged with attempted murder. She didn't hit him with a car. He stepped in fucking front of her. Come on. Qualified immunity. That's what I'm looking for. And dude, I don't know who you are. I've never seen you on here, so thanks for showing up. Maybe you've been here. But I am of the belief, kill these motherfuckers. Like, this shit would stop. I thought it was fucking awesome when they shot that motherfucker in the face with the fucking pepper spray, whatever that was. I've never seen powder or pepper come out without a cap, right? I've seen the 37 millimeter tubes. I've seen all of that. I'm surprised there's not some kind of imprint on his head from some sort of projectile. Lethal weapon voice diplomatic immunity. Yeah, they can. Vehicle is a weapon. I mean, they can write it however they want to. Stupid places, stupid people, stupid things. I mean, what did you think was? You motherfuckers got what you asked for. Somebody leaked where that was going to be. You got in there with vehicles and tried to stop this fucking thing from happening, and now you're fucking dead for it. The cloud dispenser is new and works wonders. Got it. Yeah, I've not seen that. I saw where and he didn't seem too fazed by it either. When they shot him, he did not act like that was fucking capsicum, right? Oleoster capsicum. I saw where 2 officers that stood by while the Uvalde shooting charged abandoning a child. 2 officers stood by while the Uvalde shooting charged with Yeah, I saw that some of those guys went up on charges. That was 37 or 40 and looked like a burst round, not a canister. Just a burst of pepper. Huh. I've not seen that. I'm not familiar with that round. I have all of the rounds. I've got all the ALS tubes. I have all of it. But I've not, whatever that is, I'm not familiar with that one. It'd be so easy if they wanted to live. Just roll down the window and speak calmly and listen to instructions. Yeah, I get it though. I get it, man. I think the police fucking go on these fishing. That clearly wasn't. That is a very different situation than a fucking cop stopping you going down the road. Bronca did a show on the show. I don't know who Bronca is. I don't know what that is. Powder irritant, not oil or gel based, so it's not quite as effective. Got it. The video with sound changed my mind on the shoot. The car was spinning tires, trying to find. Okay, see there, that makes it fucking very different. That fucking changes it, right? Probably will need a pardon for the next Democrat that will charge him in the federal level. Yeah. Plus cold weather affects pepper. Yes, it does, yeah. A buddy of mine is immune to OC spray. And we got sprayed in the Navy. He just stood there. She peeled out. See, I didn't have that information. What was the, in your eyes, coolest piece of gear that you can talk about that you made for SF? I don't know. Some of the coolest shit we made wasn't for SF. The shotgun rig is pretty fucking cool. There's still nothing else like it on the market. Perception, if you don't have one of my rigs and you see some of the other shotgun rigs, you would perceive that they are the same or similar. They're not. Everyone we've seen is fucking lacking. For what we charge for it and what the guys copying it, they have missed. It's almost like they tried to build it off of photos and didn't actually get a rig to see our retention system in there and everything. The shotgun rig is still, there's nothing like it on the market. You can find some shit that has loops. Most of it's very fucking cumbersome and has a lot of extra shit in there that you don't fucking need. It's like they didn't actually take one of our rigs and look at it to see how it worked. Subgun rig. Subgun rig's good rig. Shotgun rig is very unique to SOE. I don't see. We even had a kid. We had a kid buy all our shit. Some turd in Alaska. Somebody sent me his website, and they're like, "This kid has all your shit." And we figured out who he was. Pulled his. He had bought all this shit from us and fucking copied all of it. He still. He had our rig, built our rig. He didn't have any of the retention, none of the slots. I don't know if he couldn't figure it out or what, but he built it. And when you rip the cards off, they go on the ground. That's always how that shit is. Saw a shotgun rig in person a month ago. It's bigger than I thought. Our shotgun rig is 13 inches across, right? That's not very big. Your work surface is still, you know, it's 3, 6, 12. Each cell is 3 and 3. The utility pocket is 6, so that's 12, and then ½ inch of edge tape, it's 13 inches. Speaking of less than lethal, have you ever done shotgun cards in orange for? No, I haven't. Just because I don't have orange elastic. Have you seen it? I'm sure somebody makes it, but it's not available where I buy my elastic from. I tried to get even orange Velcro just the other day, and it wasn't available. I needed some 3-inch loop. But I have red elastic, right? I mean, we can do different colors. We could wrap the cards in orange and then do the elastic loops in black. Copper rig has a third column for shells and an IFAC. Yes, it does. It's 3, 6, 9, 12, right? 3, 6, 9, 12. ½ inch French. It's still 13 inches. Dearborn approves major salary raises for the. Of course they do. Of course they do. They're the same ones that are doing the kickbacks with the foreheads. Do you still have that Salem witch trial? I do, absolutely. Yeah, I sure do. I remember you saying you got it, heard stuff. Yeah, all kinds of crazy shit happened here. I actually have a few other pieces that are kind of weird. Saw a shotgun rig in person. Shotgun rig with the unwrapped cards on the front are amazing. With the wrap cards, yeah, they are. We've been doing that on all of them that to color match that shit. Edward Bronco, Law of Self-Defense. Maybe I've heard of him. I don't know. Watched a video today by a channel called We the People, giving y'all a shout out. ATL crew, Atlanta, doing the work and training. Great to see. When they mentioned y'all, I knew they were at least halfway there. Dude, if you would, send me a link to that video and I'll check it out for sure. I need to look at getting some of the red and black for my beanbag. We have them. We have black and red shotgun cards that are black cards with red. They're on the website. I have them up front right now. DB Cooper, what's up? Anybody on here? Yeah, either of the two tool bag winners on here? Did we ever find out if it was the right truck we put the $100? No, but it's him, because the truck drives up, parks, and the tractor, you know, the excavator moves. I'm trying to find him again when they light this all on fire, which will be any day, because early this morning, they went through and put the stakes in the ground with that black fiber cloth barrier, right? So they're going to light burn those piles on fire. And that excavator will sit there at that time. I want to get him on the podcast and just do a 30-minute, hour-long interview with him, because I'm just curious. Like I'm a little kid with those fucking big pieces of equipment. How do you get that job, right? What does that job pay? What else is entailed in that job? Like, it's just cool. Well, I told him I'd give him the $100, and he's like, "Oh man, you don't got to do that. I'll go on up there and knock it down." But I said I would, and I mean, I gave him the $100. Plus, I want to get him to come on. He's more apt to talk to me again. You know, I did what I said I was going to do. I got an Alpine H harness, right on. Shotgun card with Velcro on a shotgun might be the simplest yet best idea SOE's put. A lot of companies have done that. I don't know if we're the first to do it, but when I did it, we didn't see anybody else doing it. I use shotgun pull-out on my turkey vest. Yeah, the shotgun pull-out trays are how we originally did it. Any place you can put 2 M4 mags, you can put 16 rounds of buckshot. And then there's that bottom loop. You can tether that with some 550 cord, so you can run it through a grommet on the mag pouch, so you can pull it out just enough that it will pivot, and you can put, you've got 8 and 8, right? So you can put 6 rounds or 8 rounds in the gun and not have to fish that back in. You're tethered so you can get back in the fight. Any thoughts on green? Yeah, I think we should just take it. Like that's like, what are they gonna do? Monroe Doctrine. Fucking just connect all that shit up. Are you going for length for your beard this year? No, it won't grow any further than this. This is years worth of growth. If I cut it off, it'll be right back here in 4 months. It's actually longer than it looks, but it split ends and I don't care for it and it breaks. It's usually about 8 fingers. I can get it to stick through the bottom. Actually, every time Amanda cuts it now, every time she cuts my hair now, I just have her cut it. I would look 10 years younger if I fucking took this off. Is Greenland's economy a mess? I don't know the answer to that. Guys, Greenland, when you talk about Arctic Circle and Operation High Jump and all that, if you've not ever heard of Admiral Byrd and High Jump, go watch Admiral Byrd's interviews. They're out there, black and white television, national television. And then he mysteriously disappeared, right? Just fucking died, killed, whatever happened to him. Fascinating. If you've never heard this, you should all go listen to this. Just look up Admiral Byrd or Operation High Jump. Hear what he says. That Operation High Jump, that is in that area that we're talking about buying. Also started pocket carrying small straight knife. I know you have showed off some badass folders. Have you ever pocket carried a straight knife? No, I have some, but I have so many. I just use what I've got, what I've been using. It just works so well. I was thinking of doing an 8 pals rig and put the Velcro pals backer on it. Super slim way to have 4 cards under a sweatshirt. 8, do I make an 8? I do. The Pals Micro is just an 8 column, that's right. Bird found another dimension there. Yeah, well, you found something, right? That ice wall, what is beyond? Why do we have a massive base there. Like, we have a nuclear reactor that runs that base there. Long-time customer, first time on the channel while you're live. Looking for a small bag to hold extra restraint devices in my truck, in my work vehicle, safe, with the small tool bag. What are we talking about restraint devices? Are we talking shackles and stuff like that? It would absolutely work. The tool bag is very robust. I put logging chains in them, carries it no problem at all. Large tool bag will obviously carry more. Patrick, what's up, man? Operation Deep Freeze, yep. But anybody who is not familiar with Operation High Jump or Admiral Byrd, like, you guys should stop what I'm saying here, leave and go look it up. It's very fucking interesting. UN may have harsh words if we take Greenland. What are they going to do? We are the fucking teeth of the United Nations. You know who's about to run the United Nations? Have you not heard? Who's going to be in charge of the UN right now? Fucking Somalia is. Somalia. What's the difference between Somalia and Somaliland? Do you know that? Look that up. That's pretty fascinating too. Byrd was silenced. I believe Byrd was killed. If cuffs and shackles, I use one of my smaller cruiser bags of miscellaneous items, including extra cuffs. The Nazis were there. Yeah, I think that the Nazis are still there. You guys know they weren't the bad guys, right? Should we take out Canada? I don't think we're going to have to take out Canada. I think that 40% of Canada's landmass is about to fucking vote to be part of the United States. Like, he spoke that shit into existence, right? Say the most craziest shit and then see what happens. Did he plant the seed? Or by saying that, did we just tell them, hey, we'll go with you if you guys put this first? You know, if you make this happen, we got your back. In a very fucking public manner. Get the large. It's not like gigantic. It's a great size. Yeah, this new one's fucking gigantic. Like, guys are gonna get it and they're gonna be like, it's too big. Let's get it rolling. Canada, Mexico. That's my thought. Like, Shine Bomb, you better shut the fuck up. I agree with some on large. Just ordered one, but the regular one is very good. They're both great, man. If you had 10 tool bags, you would find a use for every single one of them. I might have to get an XL and try it as a gun. It's big. You're not putting long guns in there, but you can put a ton of shit in there, man. It'd be a really good fucking like full kit bag. Not the bad guys. Can you elaborate a little with upsetting YouTube gods? Nah, my opinion is out there fucking plenty, man. Even Patton said we should have sided with the Nazis and went after Russia. His reason for wanting to take Greenland makes too much sense. Operation High Jump has legs. I'll look, dude, like for real, dude, it is very fucking fascinating. Small tool bags are perfect for vehicles. It's called the North American continent. How's the large tool bag compared to the kit bag? Complete different animal. Kit bag is more of a square bag. The large tool bag, it's just a fucking, the kit bag is very stripped down. It is just the bag. The tool bag and large tool bag, they're a double layer bag, so they have outside pockets. They have a layer in the bottom with a massive slot so that you can put anything you want to in there. It can be Kydex or HMUW or fucking cutting board or MRE boxes that are rigger taped up. You can put a piece of wood in there, whatever you want to put that on the bottom there. Dave Chappelle, you know what you should do? You should sanction me. Sanction me with your army. Oh, wait a minute. You don't have an army. So I guess that means you need to shut the fuck up. Whoever said the pin is mightier than the sword obviously never encountered automatic weapons. Yeah, well, the pin is used to manipulate those with the sword. I use Falco gun leather. Fantastic product quality and service. JC in short, nothing SOE has is bad. I mean, there's definitely going to be things that are better for your application, though. Upgrade the range. Not the cheapest. It's always funny when guys talk about SOE being expensive, because the motherfuckers copying our shit and making a lesser version of it charge more than I charge. The Muslim Brotherhoods were funded by AH. What's AH? Like, as soon as you tell me, I'm going to be like, oh yeah. Large tool bag or XL tool bags can hold heavy stuff. Kit bag will still hold the weight. Yeah, it's just not as robust, man. Riot season extended in Minnesota. If you understand the origin of Christianity, you understand why they're persecuted who they persecuted. They chose the swastika for a reason, and it wasn't because of a perfect race. Yeah, a lot of the crazy shit that you hear about them was written by the victors, right? You know, they put Jews on ships, right? And when we say Jews, that does not mean those people in Israel. When they took all those people, you know, they put them on ships and sent them to New York. They sent them into the Statue of Liberty. We fucking spun them around and sent them back. Before they put them in camps, they put them on ships and sent them out of their country to the United States. We didn't take them either. That Russia would be better ally. Yeah, I think Russia would be a better ally. Russia apparently is threatening to sink our ships. The Samson option, yeah. Smoking Chef, what's up? Anyone know if the tool bags can hold upright stacked PMags? Yeah, they absolutely can. Jaeger put those in there. No problem. I think you can put 75 loaded PMags in a large tool bag. I think that's what he said. How do tool pods fit in the regular? They're made for it. They just lay in there. And on the regular tool bag, you can put mesh pockets on the side, right? So put Velcro backed mesh pockets. You can put a large or two small. I don't use the largest unless I absolutely have things that won't fit in the small. Because when you put smaller items in the large, they fold down and you got to dig through them anyways, right? So I like the small ones because I put anything in there that keeps them indexed in the upright position. Unless you just have things that will not fit in those upright mesh pockets. I also leave them unzipped. I don't ever zip them once they're in there. I just use them to contain things. And then the tool pods fit in between them, which is what I built them for, to hold longer items and groups of things like screwdrivers, right? I'm gonna pull a tool pod out, it's full of screwdrivers. I'm gonna pull a tool pod out, it's full of gear wrenches and such, and on like that. I can fit 75. Yeah, it's heavy, man. You figure you're about a pound a piece, so 75 pounds right there. 357 days. James Yeager had a large tool bag full of mags for rain. Yeah, we all use them. I built that large tool bag for Euro helicopter. They have a specific helicopter, came with a specific tool set. We built that large tool bag for Eurocopter. That's where the first one came from. That's where the tool pods also came from. What happened to Pablo? I don't know where he's at, man. He got married. He had some problems with his woman, and I think that he left SOE to try to keep that relationship together. And last I heard, they've not been together for a very long time. I am sure whatever he is doing, he's the best at whatever it is he's doing. Got the tool bifold a few weeks ago. Going to build out it's great for a med kit. It's half of our mass casualty 80 bag. It is also a great fucking precision rifle bag. You can carry your ammo and your Kestrel and all your shit. And then in that Velcro on the bite, that's made for a tool pod to hold a suppressor right there. We built those. We use those for Accuracy International rifles. That's what Jeff uses for all of his AI guns. There's historic reference to samurai using... Yeah, it's all over the world. It's fucking everywhere, man. Put Velcro on the tool pod. Yeah, I built that for you, right? You can squeeze 30 round mags in there, but it will slightly stick up the... Yeah, but it'll still zip, though. I work at a soda can crushing factory. It's soda pressing. If you could go live in any era, when would it Go live in any era? I don't know, man. Do I get to keep the knowledge that I currently have? Like, would I start Lugal and start a band called Motley Lou? I'm sending ice. I have plenty of ice here, thanks. I don't even use it. I just drink, room temperature shit. If you're sending ice here, you know what you're going to find? A lot of white motherfuckers that are from here. You know what you're not going to find? No motherfuckers that ain't from here. We're super racist here. I could use ice. Hot tub time machine, man. We have a lot of like Mexican folks around, or Hispanic, right? You know who hates to be called Hispanic? Mexican people. They're like, only you motherfuckers call us Hispanic. But we have a lot of like Hispanic type people. You know what we don't have? We don't have other people, OTW, other than white, that are begging for food and don't work, right? We have a lot of that here. But if there's a colored person here other than white, other than us, the motherfuckers work. There ain't a motherfucker around here not working that ain't a white person. Latino act. Yeah, is Latino act still a thing? Josh, have you ever heard of this band called the Two Live Crew? Do you still make the camo 12 gauge shotgun cards? No, we haven't. The printed that printed elastic's not as good. Totally not a holy war on satanic trinity. It is actually said that somebody attacked Japan prior to Pearl Harbor, and we knew Pearl Harbor was coming. We let them attack Pearl Harbor. People wonder if the Egyptians built the pyramid. No, if they didn't, they found it. They've even said that, didn't they? Same thing with all the Native Americans, right? And the Pinson mounds and all the pyramids and the structures that are in America. They said they've been here all our lives. We don't know who built them. Ilhan Omar says her community is a rich and vibrant, diverse community. Yes, diverse in fucking their own relatives. Go take our make our Congress members take an IQ test. Had a girl at work decline a raise because it would mess up her benefit all the time. All the fucking time. Kept on that fucking slave plantation. Always. Poverty mindset. Still trying to figure out how they made all the giants disappear skeletons. Abraham Lincoln mentioned giants in newspaper articles over 100 times. The New York Times reported on giants over 200 times. That reporting ceased in 1950s, I believe, is the number. It's in the 50s. There are a lot of people that will tell you when they found giants, and it was reported that the Smithsonian showed up and took those remains. If you're interested in that, I am sure I would type in remains from giants or giant skeletons and Smithsonian and just start reading right there. I would also include New York Times. Like, include that in your search query. I always had a hard time believing that the Americans would allow Pearl Harbor or 9/11. Wishful thinking. I mean, how about Gulf of Tonkin? No, I've never seen any newly built cemeteries. We were talking about that the other day, right? Where are all these dead folks? Where are all the cemeteries? Yeah, the Vatican has a ton of shit too. I thought it was the Catholic Church that got. Maybe so. Maybe so. It's got to fit the narrative, right? How many books aren't in the Bible? King James Version, right? Who the fuck wrote that? King James? Why? The McRib is back. I've had McRib maybe 2-3 times in my life. Check out Navy SEAL story on Redhead Giant. Yeah, there's a ton of that shit. Afghanistan, SF team, Rangers. That story's been told a billion fucking times. There's probably some truth in there somewhere, but a lot of it's telephone. Take a 3-word sentence, tell one person, have them tell the next person. By the time you're 10 down the line, none of the original 3 words are even in the sentence. Did no Obama marry one? No, just giant dude with a penis. Big Mike. Big Mike's mom even says Big Mike was a boy. I believe we've been lied to about almost all. Absolutely. Absolutely we have. How many people go missing? How many people just go missing in national parks? How about that? Do we sell 3D printed skulls? Yeah, we do, man. We sell a lot of 3D printed shit. Amanda makes all kinds of stuff. It's on the website. Look up 3D print. I'm sure it'll all come up. These are all helmet stands right here for your helmet and night vision. We just had, she's working on, these are for injections for hypodermic needles. These right here are army men, like the old army men we used to play with. These are cell phone stands. This is some American Doll shit, American Girl doll. These are hangers for the clothes in the closet. These are jellyfish. These illuminate. They have 2 lights. One faces up, one faces down. They strobe. They do all kinds of different shit. These are dog poop dispensers, hand grenade dog poop dispensers. These are some little skulls. I don't know what she was doing with these. We have, I think there's 8 3D printers now, and they run 24 hours a day, man. We've been building these. I say we. This is her doing this shit. This is the sample for the DeWalt. We've got them for Milwaukee. I don't know where they are. We have, these are Milwaukee ones. These will hold 4 M18 Milwaukee batteries. We have these available and ready to ship out. Jellyfish light is badass. Got my son glow in the dark. That's super cool. They dispense dog poop. You know what they'd be good for? They'd be good for gloves. Surgical gloves, latex gloves. But they will hold a dog poop bag dispenser. But you can put whatever you want in them. These are cool. Pussy punchers. Right? It's a little kitty cat. But for pain compliance. Or whatever you want to use this for. Use your imagination. But we've got them. They come on a keychain. Braided cable. Vinyl coated keychain. This is all, like, she makes these boxes. We got stuff coming out for testosterone kits to hold your different vials. I don't know where they went. She just printed, here they are, check these out. These hold 5 milliliter testosterone. Ooh, look, there's even retatrutide right here, 5 milliliters. This one's heavier. What's this going to be? Test? Testosterone propionate. Big boy stuff. Cypionate prop. That's the only one that crosses the blood-brain barrier. We have a prescription for this. I have a prescription for it from a doctor. A doctor in the United States. Real beef. Glove dispenser, that's a great idea. Yeah, it'd work great for that, man. I got the disc battery holders. Yeah, we do battery holders, guys. I failed to realize there's always people on the videos that are not on our text and email. We send a text out every day. We send a way more in-depth email out a couple times a week. And if you're on our subscription, you would know all of this stuff. So I just kind of get on here and talk to my friends every night. Most of us, we actually know each other in real life. But this is AAA battery holders. These are for your 2032s. These are 123s. These are double A's. And we ship these out typically with adhesive backed Velcro. So you can stick these to your visor covers or to your other gear or inside your tool bags or however you want to put them. How much beef would McDonald's? Yeah, I've seen those numbers, man. I've seen the numbers, right? And we're going to take it a little bit further, right? You have Jews that say, we feed you goyim human meat, right? Because that's when they work those numbers of how many hamburgers and what it would take. There's not enough cows in the United States to feed McDonald's hamburgers on a weekly basis even, right? There's not enough in existence in the United States. So what is it that McDonald's is feeding all those people? Here's that testosterone kit she was working on. It's got a tensioned latch here, locks positively closed, holds your preloaded injections, and then holds your ampules or bottles. Careful screwing the grenade back together. Don't spin by the handle while threading back together. It broke off. You should be able to super glue it right back on, yeah? Here's a bunch of key fobs I sewed last night. Cobra keychain right there. That one's super nice. Oh, that's the blue ones. Here are the Typhon Toxic. And then I did Typhon Red. And there's also Multicam Black Red. The Multicam Black Red have Multicam Black Velcro. The Typhon do not, because they do not make Typhon printed Velcro. All right, guys, I'm out. Thanks for hanging out. For members, if you're not sure if you're a member, if you have that star next to your name, like most of the people on here do, it means you're a member here on YouTube. I have a membership on YouTube. I have a membership on Patreon. If you've ever seen any of my podcast videos where I sit down with another man and we just talk about whatever, mostly current events, politics, combat, those videos are for members. If you're not a member and you see those videos, they come out months later after the fact. But if you're a member, they are made as current event videos. We also, for members, we do a Q&A. We make a post every week. Members ask their question, and we build a video for the members, a private video for the members. We did both of those today. We recorded for 4 hours. What packs do I have? Last I counted, I had 85 packs. I have a lot of Mystery Ranch packs. I have some Kafaru bags. I use a covert bag and a day pack very regularly. I have a mini pack that I carry also when I'm doing like urban exploration, buildings and stuff. That's my large tool bag that I carry everywhere I go. And then Amanda has a day pack right here. Last we weighed it, I think it's 41 pounds. All right, guys, I'm out. I'll be up early in the morning. See you guys tomorrow.